Coronation Street appears to be preparing a departure storyline for Summer Spellman as the ITV drama continues its gripping mystery surrounding the death of Theo Silverton, whose body was discovered shortly after Carla and Lisa's wedding celebrations. Summer originally left Weatherfield in 2024 to pursue her ambition of studying in America, securing a temporary placement at a university in Boston. After spending several months overseas, she later returned to support Paul Foreman following his diagnosis with motor neurone disease. In upcoming scenes airing on Thursday, 14th of May, Summer shares some life-changing news when she reveals that she has been accepted by another university in the United States. Todd encourages her to seize the opportunity, believing that a fresh start could help her move forward. A source close to the show hinted that Summer may soon be packing her bags for America once again. After enduring an incredibly difficult period, including Billy's death and her involvement in helping Todd escape Theo's control, few would blame her for wanting a new beginning. However, leaving Weatherfield may not be straightforward. Summer is among 6 individuals under suspicion in Theo's murder case, alongside Todd, George, Christina, Danielle, and Gary. With the investigation still active, authorities could prevent her from traveling abroad. Insiders have also suggested there may be another reason behind Summer's desire to move overseas. As detectives continue examining Theo's death, questions remain over whether her plans are truly about education or something more. Summer's possible motive is certainly significant. She learned that Theo was responsible for Billy's death, and she was also aware of the abuse Todd suffered. The emotional burden of these events could have pushed her toward a desperate act. Could her move to America be an attempt to leave everything behind? Discussing the list of suspects, actor James Cartwright revealed that he already knows who the killer is. He pointed out that Theo had made enemies across the street, meaning almost anyone could be responsible. Summer had a clear reason to seek revenge, while George was fiercely protective of Todd. Christina's unpredictable nature also places her under suspicion, and Todd himself may have finally reached breaking point after everything he endured. Coronation Street viewers are convinced they have worked out the secret Gary Windus is keeping, and many believe it is connected to protecting Sarah Platt. The former couple have recently attracted attention not only from fans watching the ITV soap, but also from residents of Weatherfield. One person becoming increasingly suspicious is Gary's wife, Maria Windass, who has noticed how close he and Sarah appear to be. Gary and Sarah have repeatedly supported each other in public, especially since the shocking death of Theo Silverton. As viewers know, Theo was killed on the evening of Carla Connor and Lisa Swain's wedding celebrations, with Betsy Swain later discovering his body. The mystery surrounding Theo's death immediately sparked a major investigation, and 6 characters were identified as possible culprits: Todd Grimshaw, George Shuttleworth, Summer Spellman, Christina Boyd, Gary Windus, and Danielle Silverton. Earlier episodes saw Summer formally accused of the crime after several pieces of evidence appeared to point directly at her. Tyrone Dobbs also concealed the truth after witnessing her on the night Theo died while he was still alive. Recently, Sarah had a conversation with her partner, Kit Green, who wondered whether Maria might provide Gary with a false alibi if necessary. At the same time, Maria challenged Gary about how much time he was spending around Sarah, given their romantic history. Gary quickly dismissed the concerns and defended himself. During Wednesday's episode, Tyrone's guilt finally caught up with him, leading him to inform the police that he had seen Summer on the night of the killing. Later, while people discussed Theo's death inside the Rovers, Gary appeared visibly uncomfortable. After leaving the pub, Gary was confronted by Kit, who followed him outside and reminded him that he remained the lead suspect in the investigation. Gary responded by telling Kit to prove the accusations, but his worried expression suggested he was far from confident. A later flashback returned to the night Theo died. Gary was shown standing on scaffolding with a mallet in his hand, looking down at Theo's body lying below, exactly where it was eventually discovered. However, fans focused on an earlier conversation between Gary and Sarah. Frustrated and exhausted, Gary questioned why he had become trapped in a growing web of deception. That moment convinced many viewers that Gary may not be Theo's killer after all. Instead, a growing number of fans believe Sarah could be responsible, despite the fact that she was also attacked by Jody Ramsey on the same night. Many viewers have suggested a theory in which Sarah struck Theo during a confrontation, while Gary arrived moments later, removed the weapon from her possession, and then discovered what had happened. According to this idea, Gary has spent weeks covering up the truth to protect her. Others believe Gary's loyalty stems from his deep feelings for Sarah, arguing that despite being married to Maria, he would still go to great lengths to help his former partner. Across social media and online discussion forums, countless fans have shared similar opinions. The most popular theory remains that Sarah delivered the fatal blow while Gary became involved afterward by helping hide evidence or shielding her from suspicion. For now, however, the mystery remains unsolved, and Coronation Street viewers will have to wait to discover whether the popular fan theory is correct. Coronation Street has revealed new details about Cassie Plummer's departure storyline, giving viewers a clearer picture of how her time on the cobbles will come to an end. The character is scheduled to leave Weatherfield later this year, after spending 3 years at the heart of the ITV soap. It had already been announced that Tyrone Dobbs' biological father would be connected to her exit, but new information has now shed more light on the dramatic events that lie ahead. The storyline begins when Hope and Ruby uncover Tyrone's long-lost father, Ross, while researching their family history using DNA records. After learning about his son, Ross arrives in Weatherfield determined to build a relationship with Tyrone and become part of his life. His arrival, however, leaves Cassie deeply unsettled. Just as she feels she has finally achieved a sense of stability and belonging, Ross suddenly reappears and threatens to disrupt everything she has worked for. Cassie believes Ross has a darker side that others fail to recognize. While he presents himself as charming and trustworthy, she knows from experience that he is capable of causing serious damage. In her eyes, his presence places not only her future at risk, but also the well-being of those closest to her. The situation becomes even more painful because of their troubled history together. Years earlier, during a period when Cassie was battling addiction and surviving through prostitution, Ross was one of the people connected to that difficult chapter of her life. His return forces her to confront memories she would rather leave buried. At the same time, Cassie is trying to build a happy future with Steve McDonald. Ross's arrival threatens to expose secrets she desperately wants to keep hidden from Steve, Tyrone, and the rest of the Weatherfield community. After spending years earning trust and acceptance from those around her, Cassie fears everything could be taken away if the truth about her past comes to light. The prospect of losing the life she has finally built makes the situation especially heartbreaking. The actress announced earlier this year that she would be leaving the soap after securing a dream opportunity to play Miss Hannigan in a touring production of Annie. Looking back on her departure, she admitted that leaving the show was one of the most difficult career decisions she has ever faced. Filming her final scenes proved highly emotional, and saying goodbye to the character left her overwhelmed with sadness. Coronation Street continues to air on ITV1 on weekday evenings and is also available to stream through ITVX.